Hello, hello. Welcome to Handmade by Julia Quinn and my Thursday afternoon Facebook Live. I'm a bit late. Yes, I apologise. I was actually looking for the ladies' video who I learnt this technique off so I could tell you who it was, but I can't find it. So after I finish this, then I'll tell you. I'll look for it and write it in the comments, the lady whose idea this is. I really want to acknowledge her. It's just absolutely awesome. Really, really lovely, this card, and the amount of fun I've had making it. So hello, hello, and welcome, welcome. So this card uses, I love its blues, I think, and I love, it's a very messy card. I love that too. I love the messiness of it all. Okay, so I'm using Night of Navy and Blueberry Bushel and the Peaceful Season. I'll get that stamp out. A Season of Wonder and Happiness for the front of the card, and Thinking of You. Look at, that's beautifully lined up, isn't it? Where's the Thinking of You? Here it is. So I've got A Season of Wonder and Hope, Happiness, and Thinking of You, all the good things. And then I also need, out of this set, the Peaceful Evergreens and the Peaceful Season stamp sets work well together. I'm just going to get one of those trees out for when I start doing my stamping. So that one there. Okay, there's all my stamps go. So I have, as I said, I've got Blueberry Bushel for my card base. Not that I need that at the minute. Pop that aside. And I've got Whisper White, 2 pieces of Whisper White, and I'm layering that onto some Night of Navy cardstock for the inside and for the front. Now I do need some scratch paper, some scrap paper to do this one, because it's going to be messy and fun. Actually, before I start on my white bits, the first thing I'm going to do is I've die cut some trees using the coordinating Peaceful Evergreens dies that I'm going to use at the end of all the messy stuff. I'll just pop these out. So I quickly die cut that and pop you out here too. Don't you love the holes in the back of our dies that help you pop them out? So there we go, that one's popping that out. Okay. Get you all out of the way, and you guys out of the way. Okay, hang on, before I start doing anything, let's get rid of this little dies. So as I said, before I do the messy stuff on the white, the fun with ink and all of the things flicking and carrying on, what I'm going to do on these guys, as you can see on my card here, they've got a bit of shimmer on them. The lady who actually did the one I watched, her trees were embossed with silver embossing powder, but I just decided to be lazy, and my shimmery embossing paste was out, so I'm just going to use that to add some shine to. Almost finished my tub, so I'm just going to add the embossing paste just wildly all over my trees and set them aside to dry while I do the other stuff. Okay, this stuff dries quite quickly, really, and what I have discovered is if you're in a hurry for it to dry and you do use your heat tool, it puffs up and looks really snowy, which is super awesome. But I'm just going to set them aside to dry. It's hot enough here to dry anything today. It's a very hot day, so I have my fan on. I'm hoping it's not too loud, that the noise isn't disturbing you. Let me know if it is and I'll switch it off. Okay, all right, so those are set aside, and I need to wipe off my brush as quick, my palette knife as quickly as possible, because when the embossing paste dries, it dries textured, and I also want to probably cover that up there. Okay, now we get to do the fun stuff. So with my, I might start with the blueberry bushel first. I'm just going to add some ink to this corner of my white cardstock, okay? Just building up ink there and going right across, sort of. Leave the top bit a little bit whitish. There we go. Maybe add a bit more extra colour there. So, I wish I could remember her name. She did a fantastic job. Once you've watched this, when I give you her name and the link, I do recommend you go and watch what she did. Mine is a sort of a simplified version, I think. She had a lot more layers and stuff going on. I'm a little bit not quite as detailed as she is. Okay, so there we go. So I've got sort of the shadowy remains there, maybe a little bit there. All right, what did she do next? The trees. I think I'll stamp the trees next. So I'll stamp a couple of trees, and in the background some stamped off in different heights and layers. And here we go. Here we go. So there's my first layer of trees. I just love the effect, and you do know I love playing with ink and colour. So this just spoke to me, this card, and I'm going to use the blueberry bushel and do a couple of blueberry bushel trees as well. One on the side there, another one there. There we go. Pretty, pretty trees. Doesn't it build up beautifully? The depth of colour. Okay, now the fun bits. Well, some of the fun bits. Then, because we've used ink with the blending brush on our piece of paper, and it's water-based, when you flick water on it, it actually removes some of the colour. So I'm using my spritzer here. Just spritzing it a bit, which will take some of the colour away. And the other thing I'm going to do is using my white ink and a really, really old water painter, which I've used with white before, as you can tell. Messy. I'm just going to squeeze my paintbrush so it's quite liquidy and runny. Okay. Squeezing in the tray, and then I'm going to flick the white ink. Okay. All over it so it looks snowy. And I do want to blobs of water as well, but I can't quite get it this time. Okay, so that's enough white flicking. Just a minute, I'm going to see if I can use my, have I got water in this one? If I can squeeze this a little bit and just let the water drip on it to make, there we go. When that dries, that'll sort of remove some of that colour, hopefully, and bleeds it a bit too, but I don't mind that. All right, so we'll just set that one up here to dry, and then we'll get going on the inside one. Now this time I am going to stamp, now because this one's the one for inside the card and we want to leave some room for me to write at least "Love from Julia" on it, I'm going to stamp my words in the middle. Did I go straighter this time? It's pretty funny how crooked it was before. And then again with my blending brushes, add a little bit of colour around the edges. Not too much this time because I've got to leave room for writing to my recipients. Maybe I can add a little bit. There we go. And my tree, just on the very edges and down the bottom. Okay, there we go, a bit more there. And I do like the blueberry bushel tree. I think that's super pretty. I better wash my ink stamp before I change colours. Always important so that you don't sabotage your ink colours. And another one up there. There we go. Oh, hang on. Didn't stamp that very well, so stamp over the top and get rid of that mistake. Okay. And I wonder if there's any flicking white left in this. Yes, there's a little bit. Oh, and watery stuff. Okay, see how that's gone all watery on there, the little splodges? I love that. I think I need to wipe my hands. Hang on. This is almost dry. Almost. I just love the way the colours have all blended together to create a really mysterious, a season of wonder and happiness. There we go. How'd I go for straightness there? Not too bad. And let's start putting our bits and pieces together now. All right, I've got my Night of Navy first. I'll put you, actually, goodness, I think I need to change the blade on my trimmer. I'm going to put you on flat on the inside of the card. There we are. Flat on the inside of the card. Just get my trusty cloth and blot you and stick you on the inside of the card. And right inside there, very, very small border. Okay, now I'm going to put this one on the front of the card using dimensionals just so it stands up a little bit. Goodness gracious, how many do you put on? Thank you for all the little love hearts, everyone. I haven't been able to catch any of the comments. As always, I will reply as soon as I'm finished. I think I'm too busy looking down when I'm supposed to be checking comments. So thank you if you have left a comment. I really appreciate it. Okay, so there's my layer. But now, before I stick this on, I want to stick on my trees artistically. And I'm going to cut them off, which is why I need to stick them on before I put them on my card. Okay, that one hasn't got much embossing paste on. And guess what, people? I have to use this glue because there's really no other way to do it. Yuck, 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 yuck. I always put too much on and make a huge mess. There we go. Stick you down. And I do have to say this is fantastic glue. It's actually user error that makes me not like it. It's nothing to do with the glue itself. It's just sticky. Like, I don't mind ink on my fingers, obviously. And the embossing paste is not really that bad either, but the glue is sticky, which is what it's intended to do, which is why it's such good glue. There we go. So I've got them on, and on the other side, just trim off the excess. Now, because I've been playing with ink and water, my paper is a little bit fragile, so you do have to be very kind to it. Okay, it doesn't have the same integrity that it has when it's dry. It's got much softer. Oh, thank you, Monica. Oh, look, I saw a comment. Yay! Thank you very much, Monica. I loved it too. When the lady... And look, I stamped that crooked as well. The last time I stamped it going up the hill, now I stamped it going down the hill. Blimey. I thought I was doing so well. Now I'm going to put my adhesive on my Native Navy piece, because as I said, this is a little bit soft and wobbly, so I'll just find that a bit easier. And last of all, to really add to the beauty and the gorgeousness of it, I'm going to add some Druzy embellishments. These are out of the mini catalogue, and they are so sparkly, like Swarovski crystals almost. There we go. So one there. And these do make your card very chunky though, So if you are posting these in an envelope, you will need a protective piece of cardstock or something over the top, so that when it goes through the postal machinery, when they're sorting the mail, it doesn't rip it open. So you do need to protect it. There we go. A season of wonder and happiness with sparkle and depth of colour and fun playing. And thank you so much, Lynette. Oh, I'm so happy. I put a bit more blue on this one. You know, the whole reason that I chose this today to do for you, as late as yesterday, I going, I don't know what I'm going to do on Thursday, is that I wanted to make this card again. And just because I love it so much. So there you go. I've done it for you. So I followed the lady. I'll find her name and I'll add it in the comments. But look at the colours. Aren't they beautiful? And thank you so much for joining me. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye.